Hi, I'm Sylvia Gordon, Medicare Mama with the Medicare Family, talking today about spousal benefits and ex-spousal benefits. It is a different track, a different set of rules if you were married or if you were divorced. So let's start off with married. If you are married, in order to draw benefits off of your spouse, you only have to be married 1 year. Everybody gets confused because of this 10-year rule that everyone hears about that applies to divorce. For marriage, if I get married today, I'll be able to draw benefits off of my spouse in 1 year. Now, I'm not talking about survivor benefits. If they would pass away, I'd actually only have to be married 9 months. In this video, I'm talking about married and divorced, not deceased, okay? So we're married at least 1 year, I can draw benefits off my spouse. How old do I have to be? Have to be at least 62. Your spouse has to be at least 62. Now, those rules are the same for married and divorced. You both have to be at least 62. With married, I can draw off of my spouse if my spouse is also drawing Social Security. So if I want to draw at 62, and my spouse is like, no, I want to work 5-6 more years, you can't draw off your spouse until he decides to draw. You're like, but I've been a stay-at-home mom. I didn't really make very much money in my life. Well, okay, if you're not working full-time and you want to go ahead and grab yours at 62, which I recommend you do, you might not get very much, but maybe you get $300, $400, $500, $600 a month. Take it. When your spouse does retire and start drawing Social Security, then you can switch up. It's up to 50%. It's not everybody gets 50%. It's up to, you're eligible for 50%. That's the maximum amount you will get off your spouse. And that is if you draw at your full retirement age. So you should know it by now. If your full retirement age is 66 and 5 months, and you decide to draw at 62, like I said, you were a stay-at-home mom and you wanted the money, and I recommend you go get it, you're not going to get 50% because you're taking it 5 years early. So you might get 30%, 32, 33%. If you want to know, call Social Security. They can tell you the exact amount. I'm not your math lady. I'm not your go-to on the math. I'm your go-to on the general concept stuff. You will get a reduction if you take it early. And you might be okay with that too. And I'm okay with you getting the reduction and grabbing your money because you run the risk if you don't grab it that you might die before you ever grabbed it, or you might die prematurely after you've only had it for 4 or 5 years and you paid in way more than you ever got out. So I am a proponent of going ahead and taking it even though it's reduced. But then your husband does retire in 3, 4, 5 years, then you can file for your spousal benefits if 50% of your spouse's is more than 100% of yours. And in the scenario I gave you where he was a high earner and I was a stay-at-home mom and I didn't earn very much, I worked part-time, then clearly half of his is going to be a lot more than mine. I'll be able to get a raise when my husband does decide to start drawing benefits. Divorce is slightly different. Divorce rules, I got to be married at least 10 years. Don't tell me you got divorced just slight of 10 years, and you won't get anything. And I've had too many people say we were married 9.5 years, 9 years and 7 months. It's a no-go. Okay? You're married at least 10 years. You've been divorced 2 years, and you want to draw off of your ex-spouse because you've never remarried. You are eligible, keyword, to draw up to 50% of your ex-spouses if 50% of your ex-spouses is more than 100% of yours. Again, I can't tell you that amount. Social Security will have to tell you. To get Social Security to talk to you, you will need to provide them with some documentation, so that people aren't just calling and getting stuff, right? You got to prove you were married, which is a certified copy of your marriage license. If you don't have it, call us here at the Medicare Family. We'll explain to you how to get it. It can be quite some hurdles and time to get it. So call us. We'll walk you through that process. You also need a copy of your divorce decree, and you need your spouse's Social Security number. Once you get that, you'll fax it to Social Security. Call them back the next day to make sure they receive the fax. Don't just wait, because many times they don't get it. And then they'll talk to you and they'll tell you, okay, he's going to make $2,000 a month in Social Security. You're eligible. Remember, this is the key word, eligible for up to 50% because his is more than yours. How much you get, either if it's 50, 40, 30% of that, depends on when you draw, just like I spoke to you previously about spouses. So if you do it at your full retirement age, you will get 50% of his. He does not have to be drawing benefits. So I said with a married couple, the spouse you're drawing off has to be drawing benefits. With divorced, it's not that way. Otherwise, you can see that a lot of divorced couples would be like, I'm not going to take it because I don't want her to get any. So he would purposefully block you from drawing spousal benefits. So that is not allowed anymore. So if he's at least 62, you're at least 62, you were married 10 years, you're divorced 2 years, 50% of his is more than all of yours. You are eligible for up to 50%. You get the full 50% if you wait till your full retirement age. If you take it early, and the earliest you could take it would be 62, you will get less. It's around 30% at that age. Once you draw on either benefit, spousal or ex-spousal, once you draw, you're locking in that amount level for the rest of your life. Okay, other than this little cost of living thing they give you in January, which kind of forget. But it's not going to go up. So when you draw and you're taking a reduction, so you say, I'm good with 33.5% versus 50. You're locking in basically that amount. It'll have negligible increases, that amount for the rest of your life. The only way that amount would go up is if he dies. So your spouse, which I'm assuming is a man, but this goes back between genders equally, man or woman, whoever's the high earner. So if he dies, which this is represented by the dead part of the Gerber daisy, which is funny because I did have Gerber daisies, pink Gerber daisies at my first marriage, at my wedding, which I was very proud of. So this is sad because it did end in divorce after about 30 years. So just putting that out there. If you follow me and you want to know more about my personal life, there you go. Gerber daisies at my wedding in 1988. So if he dies, I'm currently getting 50% because I waited till my full retirement age. Now I can get survivor benefits, which are 100% instead of 50%. I'm not going to make the joke about he's worth more to me dead than alive. I'm just not going to do it because I'm a classy lady, okay? But if he dies, Social Security should automatically increase my benefit from 50 to 100. Most of the times they do. Sometimes they don't. So be vigilant. If you have friends and family and relatives that are not getting survivor, that they need to call. And so Social Security can raise you, but they should have automatically raised you to that survivor amount, which is 100%. That will be the same for ex-spouses and spouses. So there you have it, a quick overview of Social Security spousal benefits. If you have questions about your particular situation, call us here at the Medicare Family, 1-800-970-1964, and we'll be happy to help guide you through the process. If you like this video, but you're not an expert yet, click here for another great video that can help you, and click right here so you can subscribe to our channel and you never miss a video. And then look down below. There's a link in the description below where there's links that will give you more details on what we just trained about, and there's a lot of goodies. There's some cheat sheets that you can download. Just look below in the description.